Hello! Welcome back, everyone, to episode 7 of my Bloodborne lore playthrough. As always, I am your host, Victory Nub. Let me get her a little bit further back so you're not staring right at her face. So we've made a lot of progress since the last time we did kind of an update on how things are going in the storyline. So I thought I'd slap together another quick summary of what we've done in the last 3 episodes to give you the super duper brief summary of what happened in the very first 3 episodes of the storyline. We came to Yharnam seeking treatment for an ailment of unknown origin or we don't know what exactly is wrong with us. We can assume, although we don't necessarily know for certain, that it is tied to our character class, but we don't know that is the total reason that we're here. But we also came here seeking something called Pale Blood. We awaken, go into Yharnam, start hearing about a place called the Healing Church, and finding lots of strange beast-like people wandering the village, saying things about curses, and also trying to kill us, even though they are the ones that appear to be beasts. They also call us beast a lot, although we don't seem to have any hair or funny limbs or anything like that. Just look like a normal human being. We finally make our way up to the Healing Church. We make a very disturbing discovery. It appears that the Healing Church has been using something called Old Blood to cut the blood that they've been using in their blood ministration, and that blood appears to be turning people into beasts. So what we came here for, in the likelihood that we were going to get it through blood ministration, does not appear to be the case. We are probably going to have to find something else. But ultimately, that is a very quick summary of what we discovered in the first 3 episodes. Also, we did make our way down to an area that was cordoned off at one point by the Healing Church due to its profound scourge of the beast, the beast scourge, for lack of a better term. And it turns out that the Healing Church decided that the area was too far gone and decided to hire a group called the Powder Kegs to just come in and try to burn it all down. So not only were they giving people blood that was turning them into beasts, but they were doing some very unscrupulous things to try to cover their tracks. And that was kind of a summary of the first 3 episodes. But let's do a little more detailed breakdown of what we've gone through in the last 3 episodes so that we can get caught back up to where we're currently at in the storyline. At the behest of Gehrman, who seems very willing lately to guide our path, whereas at the beginning of the game he just told us to go out and kill some beasts, we ascend to Untitled Chapter, Cody Fingers, climbing to a previously sealed area of the building. We find a plethora of hunter implements at the top of the structure, and while descending the dilapidated inner chamber, we stumble into a strange sight. An area identical to the hunter's dream, only abandoned. A doll similar to the one in the hunter's dream is found there, but inanimate. Searching the cabinets in the hunter's workshop reveals a hair ornament that was once used by someone with silver gray hair, identical to the doll's. It may have, in fact, been the doll's hair ornament, but we don't know that for certain. We just know that it mentions silver gray hair. Upon an altar-like table in the workshop lies a bizarre but key item, 1/3 of an umbilical cord. The item details the inability of Great Ones, whatever they are, to have children of their own, and their desire for a surrogate. Consuming the item would grant us insight and possibly eyes on the inside, more quotey fingers. We continue further down into the lower bounds of Untitled Chapter and find a section of the cathedral ward being patrolled by men in religious garb, possibly Healing Church attire. Before making further discoveries in the area, a large figure with a sack over his shoulder assaults us and kills us. Instead of waking up at the hunter's lantern or in the hunter's dream, we find ourselves inside the sack of the large figure. Soon after, we're deposited within a jail, which was left unlocked, curiously. In the background of this jail, we hear a soft, Gregorian-like chanting. The voices are speaking in Latin, and their tone is very grave. We hear a woman crying in the distance and approach her. She's wearing Healing Church attire and clearly cowers from us, believing that we mean her harm. She was likely kidnapped and brought here just as we were. Upon changing into our own set of healing church attire, she becomes more amenable. We guide her to the safety of Uden Chapel. Wandering into the lower parts of the jail, we're grabbed from behind by a groaning woman that uses a tool to gouge at our eyes in an attempt to remove them. We escape with both eyes intact, and perhaps a vital clue as to why so many villagers in Yharnam wear bandages over their own eyes. Near the upper parts of the jail, we find an open passage to the streets of Yahar Ghul, the unseen village. A note lying on a raised stage near the open passage warns us that nightmare rituals crave a newborn and bid us find one and silence its harrowing cry. We have no idea what they're talking about at this point. We just are being given some expository guidance as to what we're supposed to try to do. As we enter the open streets, the chanting increases in volume. Unlike other music in the game, this chanting here is diegetic. It's actually happening in the game world. We do not know for sure where it's coming from. Another note on the ground in the streets tells us to behold a pale blood sky. Now we have to start questioning if pale blood is what we thought it was in the first place. Initially, what we thought was it's some form of blood that you could receive in Yharnam, just like the other blood that we would receive from blood ministration or the blood vials that we carry on us. But now it seems to be referring to something completely different. No further information at this time to confirm that, though. All of the other buildings in the area are seemingly sealed up. The streets are lined with large barred carriages. We find a set of Yahar Ghul clothing on the corpse of a carriage driver. The hunters, quotey fingers, of Yahar Ghul were employed by a group known as the School of Mensis to kidnap and bring them, the kidnapped victims, to the so-called unseen village. We do not know the nature of these rituals, but perhaps newborns were involved? Hard to say. Back under the jail, we find a passage that has been roughly tunneled through to an open courtyard. A large beast awaits there. The beast is far more decayed than previous beasts, barely more than bones and fur at this point, but engulfed in electricity. We slay the beast and we find a passage leading back into the lower parts of Old Yharnam. As far as we know, that beast may have been intentionally left there so that it could keep people from escaping Old Yharnam, but we don't know that for certain. Upon returning to the Hunter's Dream, we find a note scrawled in a corner of the workshop, seemingly begging us to end the Hunter's Dream by halting the source of the Scourge of Beasts, lest the night carry on forever. Since the only human that we've seen in the Hunter's Dream has been Gehrman, other than us, we must assume he was the one that wrote the note. Now, why does he want to leave the Hunter's Dream? It seems a very nice, idyllic place. We don't know yet. But he does not seem happy, and we have snuck up on him and heard him muttering in his dream that he wants, I think he was saying Lawrence to come save him. But we don't have any further explanation for that at this point. We return to the lowest depths of the Uden Chapel and encounter another of the tendril-faced creatures, and he manages to ensnare us and suck out some of our insight. While this is occurring, we notice that a stat known as Beasthood pops up and shows a small amount of increase. There appears to be a correlation between the amount of insight that we possess and our relative level of Beasthood. We find a secret balcony above the main chamber of Uden Chapel, containing the formless Uden rune. It establishes that Uden is in fact a great one, lacking physical form and existing only in voice. Without realizing it, Uden's worshippers, and by that I would assume that what we're talking about is Uden Chapel as opposed to someone named Uden, but Uden's worshippers share in its desire for blood, knowing it to be a potent medium. For rituals, possibly. We don't know. Outside of the Grand Cathedral, we find a Bloodshot Eyeball. The item description suggests that the eye was removed shortly after, or perhaps even shortly before, the victim's death. It also suggests that the eyeballs to be used for another Holy Chalice ritual. The labyrinth rituals all seem to require human and or beast body parts, and at this point, that includes ritual blood and eyeballs. We make our way to a hidden path beneath the Grand Cathedral of the Healing Church, and we find an unusual sight. Large numbers of tombstones haphazardly placed in a manner that suggests they were not laid originally in this fashion. Perhaps someone has been digging up the corpses. Further down the hidden path, we are attacked by hunting dogs that had what appears to be sharp spikes shoot outward from inside their bodies. We have no explanation for this at this time. We enter Hemwick Charnel Lane. There is a group of women seemingly enraptured with their work, wielding cleavers and sickles and heated implements, all circling a large statue that looks similar to them. We find stretchers throughout the area, and near the large statue there's a decayed corpse lying underneath a guillotine. The corpse has a bloodshot eyeball on it. The women appear to be digging up corpses and dismembering them for ritual materials. At least that's what it looks like they're doing. Otherwise, you just have a group of random women circling as though they're dancing a large statue right next to some very much decayed corpses that they're trying to behead. It doesn't make a ton of sense why they would do that unless they were trying to get materials to use in rituals. Near a broken bridge, over a large body of water, we find the Lake Rune, advising us that large bodies of water act as a bulwark guarding sleep and an augur of the eldritch truth. We are implored to overcome this hindrance and seek what is yours. So somewhere a body of water is potentially protecting something that is asleep, something that protects an ancient truth, a truth that we are encouraged to reveal. Now, the funny thing about that is the body and the rune itself are hanging just at the end of a bridge that's over top of a large body of water, so maybe that's the one that we need to go to, but we don't have a way to enter it really unless we just jump off and commit suicide. No other way to do it at this point. We enter a chamber with bodies hanging from the ceiling and piled in the corners, and we find a witch, quotey fingers. Her body is covered in eyeballs, and she can do some pretty extraordinary things. She can make herself invisible. She can teleport around the room, and she can summon these sickle-wielding beastmen to fight for her. The use of the eyeballs is starting to become more clear. It doesn't look like they're just using them in rituals. It looks like they're making a more tangible application. Behind the chamber of what come to be called the Witches of Hemwick, we find a chair-bound corpse that was wounded and bled on the floor. The body, possibly that of runesmith Kareth, we don't know for certain, is holding a rune workshop tool. The tool is a literal brand, and as the description states, is used to etch Kareth runes into the mind to attain their wondrous strength. One could fairly assume at this point that it is not a symbolic branding, that you must physically brand the runes into your brain to learn them. Now, where are we doing that? We're doing it in the Hunter's Dream. As far as we know, you don't really suffer any ill effects from doing something that ridiculous to your own body. Now, do we see it physically happen? No. But again, we're in a dream. We're not in the waking world. So we don't have any reason to believe that's not the case. We return to Central Yharnam to check in on Gilbert, who unfortunately reveals to us that he is too far gone and will likely not live much longer. So sadly, he is probably not going to make it. On our way to the secret passage to the Forbidden Woods, we discuss the notion that the church servants, those tall, pale men with black eyes and church garb, and their larger brethren, both carry bells around their necks, and at least one of the larger fellows has a ball and chain attached to him. Are these men, quotey fingers, working for the Healing Church of their own free will, or are they in fact enslaved? We don't know for certain. We find Alfred just outside the secret passage to the Forbidden Woods, and he speaks to us of the corrupt Vile Bloods, a splinter sect of Byrgenwerth that chose to imbibe forbidden blood and have sequestered themselves within Cainhurst Castle. Alfred adds that he and his master Ligarius are tasked by the Healing Church to cleanse the world of their corruption. We approach the secret passage and we're asked for a password. We say, "Fear the old blood," and the door opens. Inside, a decayed corpse is sitting, long too dead to have been the person that guarded the passage or even asked us for the password. We don't know where that person is. It seems silly that somehow a corpse could have asked that, but we don't know who did. We enter the Forbidden Woods, an area full of booby traps and is patrolled by villagers. The Healing Church may have sealed the area from entry, but they do not appear to be actively protecting it themselves. Looks like they've just employed villagers to do the task for them. In a quiet corner of the woods, we locate a small cave. Inside are hundreds of decaying bodies, so long gone that mold is found blooming from the corpses. More of those extremely large, pale men are patrolling a poisonous moat down at the bottom of the lake. One of them is carrying a bottle of something called blue elixir, an item used to numb the mind. It looks like these large figures are not acting of their own free will. They may, in fact, be chemically made docile from this blue elixir. In the back of the cave is another shaft with a ladder leading up. Corpses line the shaft, haphazardly thrown in from what it looks like. At the top of the shaft, we find ourselves back in central Yharnam, in a small yard right next to the sick room, and more importantly, a rooftop entrance to Yosefka's clinic. We enter the clinic and find a very strange sight. A small humanoid creature with alien features. 7 fingers on each hand, blue skin, a bulbous, pulsating head, small beady eyes, and the creature seems to be emitting a droning sound unlike anything any creature on this planet can emit. Further into the clinic, we wander into Yosefka's private chamber. She issues us a threat. Turn back and she will not harm us. She also asks us to continue with our arrangement, whereupon we send villagers to her clinic and she experiments on them. It appears that Sefka is not in fact the real Yosefka. The real Yosefka has long since been disposed of. And in fact, as we talked about in that episode, the voice actor for Yosefka is in fact 2 different people. And that voice actor changes very sneakily from the first time that you encounter her at the sick room door, and the second time when you go back and she implores you to start sending people to her clinic. We find a table with the body of one of the blue creatures on it. The imposter Yosefka appears to be creating these creatures as a result of her experiments. We don't have anything to confirm that yet. We will probably find something very soon to make that certain. We return back to the Forbidden Woods and make our way to a shortcut back to the main entrance of the area. Inside of that shortcut, which is a windmill, we meet Volter, who is a member of the League of Confederates. The League tasks members with seeking out corruption and quote-unquote vermin and destroying it no matter what, which sounds kind of like the task that Alfred and his master Ligarius are tasked with, but maybe they're not in league. Funny that I use that word there, because this is a League of Confederates, but whatever. We join the League, despite Volter's possibly demented obsession with the destruction of vermin. He certainly doesn't sound on the level when he starts talking about how much he hates vermin. The rune that we receive, Impurity, mentions that the leader was a beast eater. Sounds like someone's taking their task a little bit too far in that case. So let me take a quick drink, because that is our summary, and my throat is starting to get a little bit tired. All right, and I think that catches us back up to where we were since the last couple of episodes. And, of course, in the last, the previous episode to this one, I did kind of go over some Lovecraftian concepts that are very quickly starting to come into play in the storyline. One's about the fact that the dream world and the waking world are two separate existing planes that human beings can enter, seemingly at will. The fact that the cosmos is incomprehensibly vast, however, human beings always attempt to make it more accessible through a combination of arcane and occult rituals and science. The notion that there exists a race of beings known as Great Ones, I'm going to have to pull up my notes here to remember all of them, that are incomprehensibly powerful, and where's the note here? There we go. They have abilities that defy the comprehension of the sane human mind, and how their interests and desires are wholly separate from our own, and that human beings and their place in the cosmos is basically rendered insignificant in the face of the existence of these old ones. And then the final concept being that the absorption of dangerous knowledge by the human mind could potentially cause it to snap. And in the case of this game, we have a very literal example of that absorption of dangerous knowledge in the form of the insight, which is in the top right corner there, that eyeball with an 8 next to it. Now, that counter actually has an upper limit. I believe it is 99. So we are a very long way away from actually being in any kind of danger as a result of the amount of insight that we've absorbed. But as we've been playing through the game, we actually have been picking up an item that we can consume to increase the amount of insight that we possess, Madman's Knowledge. Now, one of the more gamey aspects of this game is the fact that Madman's Knowledge is actually used as a currency for buying stuff from a fountain right up here. That is a little bit silly. No real explanation for why you can just go to a fountain and apparently make yourself dumber to buy items. Not to mention, if you are struggling with a boss fight, you can literally spend insight points to call in help from other dimensions, ostensibly. But they had to find a way to put insight into the game in a way that made sense, and you could control the amount of it that you had. So that's why they did it the way that they did. Let's find our return. It's not there. Here it is. All right. So we're going back to the Forbidden Woods. And we had a second part that we want to dig into today. Once we get through there, it may or may not take the full 2-hour episode to get through to the end. I don't think that's going to be the case. But there is a small area directly behind it that has quite a bit of lore significance. So if we get that far, we definitely have some serious discussion to be had. Alright, boys. Wow, my audio is very high. Let me turn that down real quick. There we go. These birds are a little bit louder than they need to be. I apologize for the panic that I had in the previous episode trying to figure out where I needed to go. I honestly did not realize it was right around the corner. I did think it was inside this windmill up the hill here, and for some reason it's not. And that made the most logical sense to place it here, but I'm not a game designer. I hear someone. I hear someone down here. Where are you at? There you are. This guy's not trying to hide his snaky infection. What up? Ouch! Oh boy. I was hoping to do the coup de grace with a bullet. That's right. Tempering Blood gemstone. Nice. Alright, so this probably is... Is this the entrance that we had from the... I guess it is. This is the entrance back into the windmill. Yep. So we don't need to be in here. And funny, I think we've killed that guy before, so they could potentially be a source of gemstones. You usually don't find that in the main game. It's usually exclusive to the Chalice dungeons, but that doesn't mean they never drop those. Usually it's a very carefully planned drop. You know, an enemy that you can't avoid or is, you know, somewhat difficult, so there's an extra incentive to actually fight them. Since the last episode, I did get some stuff worked out with my system, so I am online, and now we'll start seeing Spectres, which are people who are also playing the game, and how they ended up dying. It looks like this guy just committed suicide. Yep, walked right off the edge. Good job, guy. Or gal, who knows? Maybe a female player. So I did not want to delve into this area at the end of the last episode simply because it is a very large and very convoluted mass of hills and cuts that you have to go back and forth on. This is one of the most confusing areas of the game. Every time I come here, I seem to find a good way to get in trouble and have to bail out and then maybe just kind of run to the boss room, which I do know how to get to, but I think you have to take a particular path to open a shortcut. So once you get that shortcut, it's actually a pretty clean, straight shot. Snakes. Now, I've heard of rat kings. I have never heard of snake kings, which is what this looks like. Just kind of a writhing, tangled mass of snakes. Ooh, yummy. I like me some Bloodstone shards. Even this late in the game. Good lord. That is a very large tombstone. Hopefully something valuable underneath it? No. So the purpose of shining coins in this game is pretty singular and not terribly important. Now, I say that realizing that I just mentioned that I have a tough time figuring out how to get through this area, and this item is meant for one goal alone, which is to leave something to mark where you've been. But that doesn't help me in any way. It doesn't. I wish it did. Let's move the antidote up. Better. All right. Not to mention, you don't get a ton of those coins, so if you're hoping to leave a nice string of coins telling you exactly where to go, if you're not really good at marking your path with blazes, for lack of a better term, they're probably not going to help you very long or very far. Yay! I hear something. Does not sound like just snakes. Sounds very big. Right up here somewhere. I see him? Yep, there he is. Look at that. You see that cleaver just kind of sticking out? Oh, hopefully he doesn't try to drop in on us. I thank you to stay up the hill, sir. Another madman's knowledge, possibly something to do with this very large tomb. We don't know. Seems like a good spot for a trap if someone was trying to push you over the ledge, but I don't see who would be doing that. It's another snake. And I killed the snake. He did. Come here, you. Ouch! Been doing so good up to this point, not getting hit by them. That one managed to do it. Oh, no, you don't. Ah, yes, you do. Give me that back, jerk. I see another one right there. Now, we've been seeing a lot of these small ones, but it turns out there are some very large ones around here somewhere. And those are more dangerous than these guys. These guys can be a minor annoyance, but they're usually not super deadly unless you're kind of bad at the game. Nice touch about online is occasionally you'll see just kind of specters of people who are not dead. They're actively playing through the area just like you are. Just a nice little touch. I want to get up there. But it looks like I've reached the limit of what I can do on this ledge, and I'd have to drop down to another area. And we see here what looks like more statues of those mollusk heads, which the head also appears similar to the tonsil stone that we had received, which in the description theorizes that it was possibly a meteorite. Let's keep tiptoeing this way. Expect an ambush any second now. Oh, there's one of the big piles. Oh, snakes. That one's got something wacky going on with one of its snakes. Like it's covered in sores. Oh, there's the guy we were looking at before. We found our way up here. See if there's any sneaky items around here anywhere. We might have just walked in a big circle. But maybe not. No, we did. Alright. So there was a way over here and we just missed it somehow. I'll get to you, guy. I'm coming for you. Let's see if we can get the drop on him. Don't let the snakes hear me coming. Ah, damn it. Ouch! Ooh! Oh, no! That is how fast these snakes can kill you. Yeah, this, I think I mentioned in the previous episode, this area is probably the one that kills me more than any other area of the game, and that's why. Once those snakes start attacking, it's like they just don't have any windows that you can get a shot in. You just kind of back off and let them do their thing and hope they stop eventually. Stupid bird. Before we get off this time, I'm gonna re-trigger it so it goes back up. Yeah! Whee! Now, we know there was an upper ledge, and somehow I didn't reach it. So let's see if we can't figure that out. It may require me to do a little bit of dropping onto ledges or jumping. It's going to be over on the wall here on the right side. We just got to cling to the wall. Probably right here. Yep, that's it. Jump! Hooray! The jumping in the earlier From Software games, starting with Demon Souls and Dark Souls, has not been great. They did address that in Sekiro, where I think there is a dedicated jump button in that game, but these early games, it's like the same button that you use to run, you have to kind of tap while you're running to actually jump. It's sloppy, it causes more problems than it solves. It's not a great mechanic. What's up, big boy? Let's see if I can get the drop on him. One of these guys is going to let me hit them. Don't turn. You're good, buddy. Gotcha. Nighty-night. I just ripped your intestines out of your butthole. And we got the twin Bloodstone shards. Very nice pickup. We're still using them. Way. Snakes. Alright, so we picked up most of the good items. We can just kind of beeline back to where we were trying to kill that guy in the ledge. And watch him be the one in possession of my blood echoes. Yep, you see that blue light coming out of his face? That means he's got my blood echoes. And this time, I'm gonna go in hard. Yeah, jerk. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That didn't work. This was a mistake. Gotcha. It's over. Thank you for giving me my blood back. And thank you for the blood vials. Very nice. It's not always advantageous to keep the saw fully extended like that. It is a little bit slower attack, although it does have more range and I believe a little bit more damage. Not a ton more. It's usually better to just keep it folded like this because you can do a quicker hit. And both versions benefit from the serrated edge, which damages beasts more. Uh-oh, there's a big boy. Let's go get some. Yo. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. No, 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 no! Oh, no. Where am I? Oh, this is a bad spot. I mean, I'm alive. And that thing is going to drop right on me, isn't he? No, he's not moving. Good. Stay there. Also taking a little time to cool down. Get the uh-oh. Oh, back up, back up. Alright, get some health. Get that shining coins away. Come on. Give me something here, will you? No? Alright. Oh, you're dead. Jerk. Alright, if I gotta do this one at a time, we'll do it one at a time. Let's put the pebbles back on. That is a very unnerving sound, hearing all those snakes kind of writhing about. Just you. I don't want to fight your buddy. Oh, he's having a bad day. Come on. Dude, seriously? What do I gotta do? Hit you right in the dick? Because I just did that. Let me stun you! No! There we go. Alright. Well, we haven't had much luck getting the drop on these guys, but you never know. Maybe this is the time. Maybe this is the time. Ah, damn it. He turned. The sounds that he was making there did not sound pleasant. Like, he did not want those snakes to shoot out of his skull. He was kind of going... like it was about to explode. Bloodstone chunk. Very nice. We need some of those to upgrade our saw cleaver. I keep forgetting the name. It's saw cleaver. I was about to say saw blade, saw axe. It's like saw something. Alright, put it away. We got a giant pile of snakes to go kill. And they know I'm still here. Charge! This is a terrible idea. And yet I escaped from it unscathed. Sometimes stupid ideas are the best ideas. Just like stupid babies need the most love. That is a very old Simpsons joke. Alright, let's see what you were hiding up here, besides a pile of snakes! Another pile of snakes. So many snakes. Now, I'm not going to say that the reason why all these snakes are here is simply because the Healing Church put them there. They keep these woods closed off. They don't want anyone going to Byrgenwerth. It's possible they introduced an invasive species to kind of protect the entrance to Byrgenwerth. Harm anyone who tries to go to the school and learn the teachings that they were so adamantly opposed to. Oh, a new rune. Let's take a look at that. This is Clear Deep Sea. Clear Deep Sea, a secret symbol left by Kareth, runesmith of Byrgenwerth. This transcription of the Great Ones in human voices depicts down-reaching currents. This rune means deep sea and grants augmented resistance. Great volumes of water serve as a bulwark, guarding sleep, and an augur of the eldritch truth. Overcome this hindrance and seek what is yours. So that is the second one that we have seen that says that next to lake, which we already have equipped. So runes that describe water, and in this case large bodies of water, all kind of point to the same information. They're trying to make sure through multiple different items that you're getting the same tidbit of information, that somewhere there's a large body of water that is acting as a bulwark guarding someone or something, possibly, that's asleep. And that it also is an augur of some eldritch truth. So we're the game, through mechanics, through item descriptions, is slowly trying to guide our hand. It's telling us, hey, you need to go find a large body of water and go into it and go find out what's there. They want us to. They need us to. The game is practically begging us, go into the water. There's a big pile of snakes nearby. I can hear them. Oh, some poor fool went in there. Although that looked like a message, not an actual dead body. However, this guy, this is a body of snakes. Now, it didn't hear this, but whatever. That's not something you're going to get a Viso on. Oh, no, 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 nope, 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 and a nope, nope, nope. Get the hits. Get the hits. Yes! Dead snake. And your buddies are next. Ouch. Uh-oh. Let's put that poison antidote back on. Not throwing stones. Why did you throw a stone there? Dingus McGee. I think I stumbled into a snake den. A big old pile of snakes. Small and large. And I'm still hearing writhing. I thought the big one dropped something, but I didn't see where it went. Is he on the hill? Maybe it was. That's alright. Now that is a lot of tangled branches. Almost evokes the snakes themselves. I don't think there's any serious lore significance. Let's examine a giant pile of knotted roots. Could it be that the knotted roots are the source of all the blood ministration? No, that's stupid. I'm being followed by a snake. Come get some. There's quite a bit of fun to be had in simply transforming your weapons. And these are all trick weapons, according to the game description, in the sense that they all have a secondary state that alters the weapon, either in its ability to attack, range, speed of the attacks, all kinds of things. And this one, it simply just makes your attack longer and a little bit slower, and that maybe do more damage. I think I see an opportunity for some damage, and I'm probably going to get myself killed. But I have to! This was a terrible idea! No, no, no! Why did I do this? Forget it! You can keep the items. This is probably not going to work. I don't think they're weak to fire. And they're certainly not weak to bad aim. I did do a lot of damage on that one hit, so let's recreate it! Alright. Now that's my kind of action. Gemstone. Blood shards. Fiery snake. This was a dumb idea. Oh, no, nope, 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 nope. Backing it up, and a nope, nope, nope. Yeah! Okay, nope, nope. I'm poisoned. Run away! One more hit ought to do it, so let's do it! He hit me on the way down, jerk. Got him. Whew. It's been a while since I've done this. Let's shake off the cake. There we go. That got absolutely none of the blood off. It's cool looking and absolutely useless. Another rune. Let's take a look at that rune and see what it does. Increases frenzy resistance. Interesting. Deep Sea, a secret symbol left by Kareth, runesmith of Byrgenwerth. This transcription of the Great Ones in human voices depicts down-reaching currents. This rune means deep sea and grants augmented resistance. And then it just goes back over the same information we've seen 2 times already because the game really, really wants you to know where you're going next. It is practically begging you. Don't forget, your goal is get in a big body of water. Oh, crap. Pegged me right in the face. I just got Dilophosaur'd. Stick, stick, stick! Fetch the stick, stupid! Yeah, no wonder you all went extinct. Oh! Come on, send your buddy over here. I don't want to fight you all at once. You're getting closer. Closer. Oh, I didn't want you to come out. No, stay where you are. Whoa, okay, that was a big swing. Okay, get away, get away, get away. I don't like being pinned. Oh, I'm getting through the tree. Gee up. Nope, 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 nope. Damn, they turned on a dime. You would think a giant tangled mass of snakes would not be all that coordinated. Those guys, they got their shit together. I hope this was worth it. Watch it be just a pile of goddamn pebbles. Eh. Banked blood echoes are hard to say no to. They're also not the most enticing item. Hooray! Experience points that I can just go earn more of at my leisure. Yes, I said leisure, not leisure. Shut up. Now, if I'm not mistaken, we're going to come up on something very interesting at the end of this path. Of course, I might be mistaken. And this is not where I thought I was going. But that is something we would probably benefit from killing. If he doesn't see me first. This is a terrible idea! Oh, shoot. I was hoping the extra distance would do some more damage. It did not do more damage. Oh, oh, oh no. No, I can't get out. There we go. Yep, this was a bad idea. There's too many of them. I hear a pig. A big pig. Hey, what's up, guy? You want some? Damn. Come on. Let me stun you. I don't like that. Alright. Good. Good. Nope. I don't like this exchange. I want all hits from me, none from you. Nope, 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 nope. Stop. Stop it. Stop it. Give me some blood. Thank you. Yes, I see you. Now, if you're as lost as I am right now, congratulations. We're kindred spirits in the sense that this area is very big and winding and twisting, and I don't know where the hell I went. We're going to get somewhere eventually. I think the safe bet is if you're lost, follow the lamps. The lamps will lead you to where you want to go. I also think I mentioned something about the fact that usually when I get into this area and I start getting lost, I start running low on blood vials, and there's a reason for that. You don't get a ton of them. The snakes certainly don't carry satchels full of blood vials because they're snakes. That's not how that works. Snakes don't inject blood. They lack the fingies. Alright, nope, nope. I'll go back this way and see if maybe there's a pig that wants to tangle. Uh-oh. He's calling for friends! It's a big pile of snakes! Who would have thought? Okay, he just threw a yo-yo of snakes at me. No, 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 nope. Stop it. One hit. That's all I need. Thank you. Goodbye. Oh, man, that hit hard. Blood up, blood up, blood up. Antidote. Alright. I'm gonna get you. One of these sneaky big hits. Ugh. Running low on the old blood vials now. Sure could use some more. Game. Please. Oh god, there's so many goddamn snakes down here. I've been trying to get these episodes more serious, lore-centric titles, and man, this one's probably just going to be a lot of goddamn snakes. Why does that sound like the pig is laughing? What does a pig have to laugh about? I think I found our pig buddy. And I also think I'm going to get the drop on him if I can. Gotcha. Right up the keister. I don't know, maybe there's some funny epitaph on this tombstone. He was reading it and laughing his ass off. He sees it and he's like, I saw that in a Far Side comic, but it still makes me laugh. Oop, oop. Nothing there. This way? Nope. I don't know where I'm going anymore. But I'm not seeing snake buddies anymore. Hello. Would you look at that? We got some blue buddies down here. Seemingly guarding an item? Madman's knowledge. I think it's safe to say this guy's head exploded because he saw this thing. By the way, the ones in the clinic, very docile. These, not docile. Look at that. He wants to fight. Here's the good news. These guys are weak to lightning. So if they want to tussle, I'll give them a sound drubbing. Now, one of the coolest things in the game we may be able to experience here. We'll try to gate it so that we can get this to happen the way I want it to, but who knows, I may screw this up and die. Come on. I know you see me. So you see the tendrils kind of flaking out up there? Well, the encounters we've had in the past would lead one to believe that's a mind flare. Nope. That is one of our blue buddies. Now listen to him. That warbling sound that we were so used to hearing before is now augmented by something else. There is a reason for that sound, and let's see if we can't tease it out of one of these two. Because there are two of them. Uh-oh. They're shooting at me. So these guys are not just frilled for extra fancy displays. Those tendrils coming out of their head are, in fact, a form of antenna. And by antenna, I don't mean crickets using them to listen. I mean antenna reaching out into the cosmos. They actually use those antenna to open portals into space and draw whatever it is they're trying to reach down to help them. But we just picked up a rune, so let's go ahead and read that. Anti-Clockwise Metamorphosis. A secret symbol left by Kareth, runesmith of Byrgenwerth. The twisted cross means metamorphosis. Rotated anti-clockwise, this rune boosts stamina. The discovery of blood made their dream of evolution a reality. Metamorphosis and the excesses and deviation that followed was only the beginning. So this is a very critical item to explaining why these people were so obsessed with the blood, knowing that it was causing people to turn into beasts. The discovery of blood made their dream of evolution a reality. The minds in the healing church saw blood as a means of evolving the race, basically. Or species, if you will, not the race. That sounds very racist. The species, a means of evolution. And they noted that even though metamorphosis, in other words, changing from one kind of being into another, and the excesses and deviation that followed was only the beginning. They saw these transformations into beasts as kind of a prelude to something greater through the use of blood. So the healing church, knowing the harm they were causing the populace, saw it as merely a hindrance to what they saw as a greater opportunity for evolution. So those people were kind of being dicks. So this was a roundabout way of getting to somewhere that we really did want to get to eventually. Normally you try to come from the other direction because you aren't trapped in a corner. But we got what we needed and we are making our way back out, hopefully safely. We do have, I think, a pair of piggies that we got to kill down here. Or a piggy, maybe. Usually in this pool here. But maybe not. Maybe I already killed the piggy. So walking into water is always dicey. You don't see the bottom. But I don't think they actually trick you here. Better safe than sorry, but yeah, it's a dangerous affair, just walking blindly into water like that. I hear the pig. I don't know where he is, but I hear him. There he is. Nope, that's not him. It's a specter. Maybe this way? I see someone. Is that a statue? That's a statue. I thought that was a guy with a really tall head. That was very confusing. I'm an idiot. I didn't know cone heads were in this game. Alright, I think we're back on the main path here. So We may want to swing down where that pig was. I think that may be a passage that we need to follow. Again, this area is very convoluted, and there may be some items that I'm missing. I think we've gotten the most critical of them for the storyline. Yep, I see you. You see me, piggy. Let's not make any sudden movements, and then you did. Oh, shit. Smack on the snout. Oh. He smacked my snout in return. Oh, no, you don't. I gotcha. Got a little bit of blood back for the exchange. Now, I have definitely attempted and sadly failed to hide from the pigs in here. Let me tell you, does not work. They can still reach you. Nope, don't want to be cornered. Oh. One more. I got you, buddy. You got me! Get some of that blood back. Okay. Dissipating Lake. This area is loaded to the gills with runes having to do with water. Dissipating Lake. Let's look at this one. A Kareth rune that transcribes inhuman sounds. I can speak. This transcription of the Great One's inhuman voices ripples like a watery reflection. This rune means lake, and those who memorize it enjoy reduced bolt damage. And more about the Bulwark and Hindrance and Eldritch Truth. Yada, yada, yada. Again, we're in an area that's starting to get lower and lower in elevation, so water's starting to collect. And it does make some sense that you're finding all these water-based runes, but also they are desperate to explain to you in any way they can, just throwing items at you that you are going to be coming up on a body of water that is hiding something very important, and they want you to know. I mean, we're just shy of the territory where they just have a big sign in front of the next area. It says, "Jump in the water!" And the irony of that is going to become very apparent when we get to the next area, because I feel like they kind of do that. Uh-oh. Piggy! He sees me. And he's hungry. Alright, pig, come on. Let's do this. Seriously? Alright. I'll run in. Oh, I want the pig! Ah! Uh-oh. Big swing and he knocked me in the fire. Ah, damn it. He's dead. I think he rolled right onto that fire. And did himself in. So, it took a very long and winding path, but that is our goal. So we are, in fact, making progress, no matter how silly the path that we took to get there has been. We're doing it. We're finding some possibly good gemstones on the way. We'll find out eventually. We will make our way back to the Hunter's Dream at some point, but what we really need is a shortcut. There is a shortcut here, I promise. And there is some help parked outside. So, boss fight, shortcut. Let's go to the shortcut. I believe it's a gate. If there's not a gate here, I'm going to be very annoyed. There it is. Ta-da! Now the real challenge is figuring out how to get to this shortcut. I don't have a good answer for you on that one. I gotta do this the slow, meticulous way. I will do it the slow, meticulous way. I don't want to waste a ton of bullets, but I got you. Gotcha! Urgh. Shoot, he's not dead! Now he's dead. Give me some blood. Oh, thank you. May not get to use any bullets in the next fight, but I will definitely have a complement of blood vials, which I need. Now, we also picked up another rune. This area is rife with runes. And some of these are very good that we might want to consider putting on. This is the one we picked up, Clockwise Metamorphosis. A secret symbol left by Kareth, runesmith of Byrgenwerth. The twisted cross means metamorphosis. Rotated clockwise, this rune boosts HP. And then we have some more context about the use of blood for evolution. Again, some of these repeated ones have the same information because it's information that they feel is important for you to know. And they want to make sure you have ample opportunity to get that information and absorb it and apply it to what you understand of the world and what's happening in it and your place in it, hopefully. How do I get here? I don't have a good answer for that one. Whatever. I think we found pretty much everything we need to find in this area to go forward. They give you multiple opportunities to get at least one water-based rune and one metamorphosis rune so that you have some information about what's going to happen. So, oh, excuse me, gotta adjust. Get a drink of water in me. We can summon here and get a younger Madaras twin. Or we can go down here. And I believe there is one just to the right of the entrance to this area. Yes, there was. We can summon Henrik. I thought I killed Henrik. So, one of the recurring themes in From Software's games is that time is convoluted. In the sense that something that has already occurred in our world may never have occurred at all in another overlapping world. And our world and the worlds of all the other players are kind of twisting and intertwined, and we can help with things in other worlds that we are nowhere near completing, and also go back to points in our storyline that we had long since completed and help other players with. That is one such example there. That is a very explicit example there of someone that we killed and who is alive again. But we're going to summon in the younger Madaras twin. The reason there are two of them here is, in fact, this character is from the Old Hunters DLC. Normally, if you don't have the DLC, that character does not appear. And she's also a Confederate. Hello. Let's go. I believe that is a she. I'm not 100% certain on that. Uh-oh. We gotta move, though. Because if we stay here too long, we will be invaded by another player. Usually, invasions don't happen in areas like this because the chance of you successfully invading and attacking someone is pretty slim. People don't come into these fights expecting to have much chance to combat you, knowing that you're right next to a boss chamber. Once you enter the boss chamber, they get kicked out of your world. And this is, in fact, a boss. So, let's put on something that we might be able to do some additional damage with. Possibly. 180 plus 27. So 207 versus 189 with lower durability. This one's got slightly better durability and fire damage. So we'll try the Tonitrus, because I believe these guys are actually weak to it. I also believe these guys can possibly be parried, but I'm very low on bullets, so I don't expect that to happen very much. But we have a helper here, so let's go have a fight with some very important characters that we may not have context for yet, but they do have a purpose. And they are the Nazgul! Yes, the design is very reminiscent of the ring wraiths. I didn't make the game, I just play it. Ooh, right in the face. Come on, die. I think I made the right call here. These guys don't seem to be taking lightning damage too well. I want to get one of them down. Ouch. Big hit. I don't like that. Uh-oh. Come on. Get some health. No! Get health. Health, 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 health. Whew. Yeah. Uh-oh. They're doing something. I don't like that. I don't like that. He did some serious ninja moves there. Ouch! I got Tiger Uppercut. Twice. They're doing some stuff I don't like. Damn it. Dodged right out of the way of those hits. Oh no, I lost my helper! Oh, this just got immensely harder. Alright, come on. Nope, that didn't work. Oh. I gotta get one of these guys out of here. This is too tough with 3. Alright. Shit. He's blowing fire at me. 1 down. 2 to go. Ooh. That was a nice little dodge. Unintentional. How are you not dead? You should be dead! He's down. 2 to go. 2 down, 1 to go. And this is the worst one. He should probably have been the one to kill first! Ah, shit! Once they're down to their last guy, that usually happens. They summon giant snakes out of the ground to fight you. I did decent damage. Let me see if the saw cleaver does any better. Shit, I got a long way to get back there. Ah, man. This is From Software games in a nutshell, guys. This is one of my least favorite encounters in the game. Not just because of the multitudes you have to fight, but also because of the length of the trip back if you die. Oh shit! There was a sneaky snake there. Killed the sneaky snake. Oh, that was a different sneaky snake. They're all sneaky snakes in my eyes. An item I missed. From Bloodstone Shards. We're just going to try to make the run back and not worry about fighting. Come what may, this will draw a lot of attention, but hopefully it'll also get me back to where I need to go very quickly. I don't think it's down that way. I think it's up this way. I also think that is a big snake, and this is not it. Uh-oh. No! Did I just trap myself? Nope. All right. Whew. I'm running faster and the game is loading. This is a base PS4, unfortunately, not one of the big, sexy ones. Yep, here we go. I made it. Oh, take a quick shot while he's stunned! You dodged my hit! I don't want to tangle with this guy too long. Damn it. Big hit! Urgh. Hopefully he's got some blood. He does. Very good. Alright, let's see if you do any better in this fight. Please. Please? Oh. As is custom, I feel I must... Oh, not do that. I give them a salute. And haul ass for the arena so we don't get invaded. Again, if you're familiar enough with this game to start going into invasions and trying to attack people, you know it's a fool's errand trying to set up a trap here because someone is probably going to just make a beeline for this boss arena and you won't get much done. Let's go with it short. Short, I think, is a better choice here. And also, you and I need to coordinate. We need to pick one person and fight them alone. And it's at that point that he walked in a completely different direction in the fight and got nothing done. Oh, shit. I'm going after you. You're the troublemaker. Okay. I see my blood echoes here. I had a lot of blood echoes. I don't want to give those up. Ah, crap. There's the fire one. Damn, they killed him fast. Alright, this just got harder. And I just got killed again. God damn. Oh, Madara is not helping me much. Here I was so confident. I'm just going to roll straight through this and get to the next area. I don't think that's the case. It doesn't look like it's happening that way, guys. This may be a blocker fight where I just need to go find some easy experience and level up a little. Ah, shoot, I forgot to send this back up. We get to the 2-hour mark and I am still nowhere near completing this boss fight. We may just call it an episode. I really didn't think Forbidden Woods was going to take me 4 hours to complete, but here we are. Pardon me, coming through. Have you seen Pale Blood? Pale Blood, sir. Have you seen it? Now, the fair argument would be, if you already knew where the boss arena was, why didn't you just do a beeline straight to it? And as we saw before, there's a gate you can't open from the front. You have to come around from behind and get it. So if we had tried to do that, we wouldn't have gotten very far. We would have gotten to this point, and then we would have had to jump right back into the larger area of the woods, because the game wouldn't have let us do anything. Oh, yes! Suck it! And you don't get a single hit on me. Not a one. All right, so Madara is not really doing much to help me. Let's mess with the convoluted nature of time in this game and summon Henrik and see if he might be able to give us a hand and possibly do more work. And while he's summoning in, let me take a look at this and see if it's still capable. I do think this was doing more damage to them than my Saw Cleaver. Interesting. Henrik was a Confederate. A little bit of lore there. He was also described as an old hunter. The old hunters were the generation that came before the church hunters, basically. Alright. I'm gonna... Oh! Grab my blood. And go after the fire guy. You're not walking this one off. This is doing more damage. Stop dodging me. Nope. Get some! Ah, I missed. I feel sorry for him to an extent. Henrik's taken on a large glut of damage, but I need to get one guy down, and if that means leaving him to tackle two guys, then so be it. Get rid of this one, and... Alright, the troublemaker's gone. Hopefully that helps me finish this. Look at him. All he can do at this point is dodge. Dodge my furious assault. Come on. You want some? I'll give it to you. 2 down. Now the real fun begins, because I think he's going to start summoning the big snakes, too. Unless we blitz him. Uh-oh. I don't like those big swings. Damn it. Oh, no. You were so dodgy. Big hits. Oh, he's getting a hit in on me as well. Big hits. A little health. Uh-oh. No, I don't like that. I don't like it when he calls the snakes. Come on, Henrik, you can do this. I have faith in you, my friend! Yes! Oh! Oh, to say I hate this fight is an understatement. Oh, Henrik. Oh, I am a lady, so I don't think it would be too forward if I say I want to blow you right now. Henrik did what the Madaras twin could not. Let's light the lamp. And let's pause for a second because we got Blood Rapture, and let's take a look at what that does. So we had one that already did something like that. Oh no, it was air, and that doesn't do exactly the same thing, but it's called Blood Rapture. A Kareth rune that transcribes inhuman sounds. Blood Rapture is the raw euphoria of the warmth of blood. Restores HP with visceral attacks, one of the darker hunter techniques. This rune resonates with servants of the Queen, carrier of the child of blood, who yearn for their queen's blood with little hope of requitement. For them, they find solace in blood rapture that serves as a surrogate for their desires. So, what this rune is telling us, because the Shadows of Yharnam were carrying this rune, is that they are in fact servants of the Queen, who is a carrier of the child of blood. And they apparently desperately want their queen's blood because they gain satisfaction, pleasure from the mere warmth of it. And they couldn't get it. So they basically just use this rune that allowed them to get health back whenever they did a visceral attack on just a normal human being. But the key there is it's telling us these guys weren't just any old people. They were in fact servants to a queen. Why would the servants of the queen be standing here in front of this gateway? Could it be that the queen is back here? Only one way to find out, which we'll do right after these messages. Now we're going to go back and spend some of these souls because I don't want to lose them. Oh boy, that was a tough fight. And if you never understood why people get into From Software games, I think you just got a good look at it right there. There being over there where I was. I don't know why I just pointed at you. Yeah. The intensity of big fights like that is what draws people back to these games. It's not hard to understand once you see it in action. So I definitely got enough to upgrade this to level 6. Very good. And not a whole lot of other uses for this at this point, the blood shards. And we can upgrade some other weapons just to play around with them, but really the core 3 that you want are right in this group right here. And the Tonitrus we can probably upgrade as well, or at least add some gems to, because it has the 3rd track open, which we don't have any from, so that's not a big deal. We did pick up some new gemstones worth looking at for our primary weapon, just to make sure we don't have better ones. We have better ones. Physical attack up adds slow poison effect 1.4%. So we would lose some of our damage capability, but this would also add the ability to poison people with this weapon. It's not very much, so that would probably not behoove us to add it, because the kind of poison damage you want to do, and you can see in the bottom bar in the middle there, special attack, it has a little icon with a blue skull and a drop, and it goes from 0 to 1 if you put this on. The ideal upgrade for this would be somewhere in the 10 to 20 range. Doing 1 point of poison would basically require you to do 100 hits before you actually stacked enough poison damage to actually cause the poison status to take effect. This would not help us in any way. All we would really benefit from is the physical attack up, which is nice, but it's not as good as what we already have on here. So let's see if there's any others that might give us something better. Probably not. We have a couple of poison gems now, but combined, even those would not be enough to really benefit us. So nothing there. And again, this is the physical attack up and physical up at full health. So this one's probably never going to come out. Not in this playthrough, unless I start digging into the Chalice Dungeons. And that is still on the back burner. The thoughts kind of creeping in my head. Maybe it wouldn't be a bad idea to do one episode, standard 2-hour length. Just take a look at the Chalice Dungeons one time. Get a feel for it. Understand what we're doing. Attack versus beasts. I don't think there's going to be anything that really helps us. A tiny bit. I think that's just from the poison damage, not the physical attack up. Yeah. This, again, the main benefit there is the hit points continue to recover. Bonus there, not really the damage potential. once you put that fire damage stack on a weapon, you don't really gain anything from adding other gemstones, unless it's health. Health up, always nice. Always a benefit. Alright, we did get some new runes. I don't know if there's any that are really going to help us. More blood echoes. Higher blood vial max. I would say probably this one. If we're going to change one, blood echoes are nice, but we can always farm for more. We can either add maximum stamina or maximum health. I think both of those would probably be the best choices for what we're going to face in the future, and probably the safest choices to go with. I'm leaning towards stamina. Health is nice, but stamina is our ability to do more attacks before we have to retreat and run away. So that's probably the best stack for that one. We see Gehrman down here again, taking a nap. I don't think he's going to say anything new, but it's not a bad idea to check in on him anyway.
Oh, Lawrence, what's taking you so long? I've grown too old for this. Of little use now, I'm afraid.
Yep. So that poor guy has, from what we've gathered from the note in the corner, from our understanding of his time as a leader of the hunters, potentially the old hunters, to the time that Ludwig took over and him possibly creating the hunter's dream, he has probably been here for maybe a century at this point. He has been here a very long time, and he does not want to be here any longer. His time seems interminable. He may have already been old when he entered here, and just from mental age alone, because who knows, in the dream world, maybe you don't age. So mentally, he could probably be hundreds of years old, and there's really no end in sight from what he can tell. I do this every time. I know I'm doing it, and I know I shouldn't do it, but we're going to run back around in a big circle to get up here. I can't help it. I have habits, and those habits are hard to break. Anything new for me, boys? So I was worried about our blood vial status, and we're still doing all right. Again, the option to buy them is always there, as well as just going back to a earlier part of the game and farming for whatever you need. Nothing there. Nothing there. Maybe some clothes? Nope. Shoot. Alright, well, let's spend our supply of blood. Or watch a guy commit suicide in front of the doll because he's an idiot. Yeah, good job. Numbnuts.
Welcome home, good hunt. What is it? Very well. Let me stand close.
Alright, so I want to get up to 15 Arcane. We may need to spend more points there later just to look at some of the stuff that you unlock with the Arcane ability. Hopefully not too much is going to be hindered. Add blood to, or add to vitality. Add to endurance, and add to strength. Strength is a good one for our build, I think. Uh-oh.
Very well. Let the echoes
I didn't back
stand
out.
close.
Is the system flaking out on me? I think the system just flaked out a little bit. Alright, one more time. Very good. Anything new?
Have told
Nope,
about
nothing new.
blood. I am with you. Of course I do. Isn't that? Farewell, good hunt. May you find...
You got me worried, system. What are you doing? Quit making those weird noises. I don't have the problem that a lot of people had with their PS4s where the system fan just kind of goes haywire and spins up way too much and basically becomes like a jet engine. But it's making a lot of odd grinding noises that I'm not expecting, and I don't like it. Forbidden Grave. All right, so this is where we were before. 20 minutes. I think we can get a good look at this next area in 20 minutes. There may be a lot of lore to discuss as a result of what we're going to find here, but hopefully I can get this done smooth without a lot of issues getting it done in 2 hours. We're getting close. We're at the 1 hour, 40 minute mark. So we're entering the Forbidden Woods, and it's time to find out what exactly the Healing Church considered forbidden, as if we hadn't already found out from information that we had available to us. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Ah! I didn't want it to happen that way. So guess what? Someone's been messing around and transforming themselves into a weird-looking creature. By the way, I was kind of hoping one of them would grab me, and maybe I'll get a chance to do that later, but interesting bit of lore about these specific creatures, which were clearly once human because they're wearing clothes and have transformed. Let's bust out the old monocular so I can show you up close. Monocular, monocular, monocular. Where are you at? Where are you at? Where are you at? There you are. And if you look in his left hand there, he's got a stone. And that stone seems to have a symbol on it. And that symbol looks an awful lot like a spider. Let's put the monocular away. All right. So, before I get interrupted by a sneak attack, let's try this again for the drama of it all. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to... It's going to trigger eventually. Welcome to Byrgenwerth. We have arrived. The Institute of Learning that set most of this, maybe not all, but a good chunk of all of what we're seeing in the game in motion. And much like some of the other areas where some very strange stuff was going down, they have some odd statues. There's another one of them bugs. And there's a summon for another one of the Madaras Twins. The reason that one appears so soon after you get in the area is because this is a very small arena. They give you the core info, and that's it. And this one, unlike that one, well, no, I guess they both do, has butterfly wings on his noggin. And a tail. Ah, missed. Oh, that was the... Ah, perfect! Here we go. So you see, he's kind of holding that stone up near my head while I was taking some strange status effect, which is about to proc. Oh! So we didn't get to see the cool party trick, unfortunately, and I don't want to repeat that. I'll put the monocular away, dingus. So there's something about that stone and the weird ringing sound that it was emitting that he held to our head that caused us to enter into a state of frenzy. He's going to try it again. But you didn't get it, did you? You didn't get it. And you're never going to get it, never going to get it. Never going to get it. Whoa, 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 whoa! Alright, so that is a shortcut to where we need to go, but we're not going to go that way. Not yet. We gotta go around the other way. Thought I saw something there. I did not. We're about to see something else that is deeply disturbing, and we have no explanation for what it is. It's going to be around the backside of the building here. And don't really have a good explanation for it myself, having played through the game a couple times, why it's there, but we'll see it when we see it. Not get me again. So as we had discussed, and I think now would probably be a good time to explain what that was, in a previous episode about the, or in the previous episode, about the Lovecraftian concept of the human mind being capable of only absorbing so much dangerous knowledge before it finally snaps. Frenzy is this game's representation of the mind absorbing information that it simply cannot handle in too great an amount. Let's get the drop on this jerk, because we don't want to lose some of that beautiful insight we've acquired up to this point. You're not getting me. You can fire your little trap spell all you want. You're going to have to walk around here to get me. I think he just went blah, blah, blah. I know you're there. Nope. Get it. Ah, missed. Actually, I think this is a better weapon against him. Sure is. Look at that. Thank you for the quicksilver bullets. I wasted trying to shoot you. Arcane Lake. Let's take a quick look at that one. By the way, that was not the thing that I thought was very disturbing and we have no great explanation for. The Mind Flayers, they seem to be just anywhere and everywhere they feel like being, and I don't know if there's a great explanation for where they show up. Arcane Lake, a Kareth rune that transcribes inhuman sounds. This transcription of the Great One's inhuman voices ripples like a watery reflection. This rune means lake, and those who memorize it enjoy reduced arcane damage. And once again, we're told about the Bulwark, Great Bodies Water, Ancient Eldritch Truth, and Seeking What Is Ours. So let's put this away. And I don't want to tip my hand on what's coming up, but boy, look at these statues. Just, what the hell, man? What the hell? They may have known about the messengers, because that one there kind of looks like it's being held up, the lantern is being held up by messengers, but I don't know for certain. Alright, so let's sweep down here to the lower parts of the backside of Byrgenwerth. Check the grounds, you never know, there might be something cool. And dear God, what the fuck is that thing? Ah! We got like fly monsters and what looks like a giant walking weed up the hill who is now spitting fire at us. And you'll note that similar to the creatures that we were fighting down in the Forbidden Woods, this one seems to be opening a portal, possibly into the cosmos, and unleashing what looks like meteors on us. That is a grotesque creature. And it's tough to kill. And we may be using the wrong one. Let's try this one, see what it does. Nope, it's definitely this one. Take advantage of its long body, stick to the butt where he can't hit us. Keep spinning. You'll get me eventually. Almost there, big guy. I think there is actually a weak point, but we don't want to get anywhere near the face. It's easier to do the damage from the back, because look at that mouth. Oh, shit. Nope, don't want to touch that. Ah, missed. Ouch! Look at the damage he does. Oh boy. Now, this is interesting because we now have an item that is similar to Madman's knowledge, but this one's called Great One's Wisdom. Things are starting to come into view here, things that we didn't really have a good explanation for, and now we're starting to get much more understanding. Fragment of Lost Wisdom. Great One's Wisdom. Fragments of the lost wisdom of the Great Ones, beings that might be described as gods. Use to gain insight. At Byrgenwerth, Master Willem had an epiphany. We are thinking on the basis of planes. What we need are more eyes. So Master Willem, who from his exploration of the Chalice dungeons, the labyrinth underneath Byrgenwerth, came upon an epiphany while looking around in the dungeons and finding things kind of like certain mind flayer creatures and big weed-like monsters with tons of legs. It started to occur to him that our minds are not open to all the planes of existence, and that the only way to perceive those planes would be to have more eyes. Not in a meta-spiritual sense. He means literally more eyes. Case in point, we have a creature who is literally covered in eyes that, from what we can tell, used to be human. So one of the concepts that's starting to come into focus here, and we got a taste of it from one of the enemies that we fought a couple minutes ago, was this idea that there is a possibility of evolution from the use of blood. And now from what we can tell from this enemy that we just fought, from the use of eyes to gain more insight. These are two opposing philosophies, and this is part of what split Byrgenwerth and the Healing Church. The idea that the use of blood would cause the evolution that these people were seeking, versus Master Willem, who wanted nothing to do with the use of blood. He wanted to find other means of evolution, and he sought that through the actual acquisition and surgical implantation of eyeballs, as exhibited by this bizarre creature. And those two things also represent another profound understanding of this game's mechanics, which is a status that we were afflicted with called Frenzy. Frenzy is the acquisition of too much dangerous knowledge, which causes us physical harm in the form of what we may find to be our bodies literally exploding under the strain of all the knowledge that we acquire. The higher our insight, the lower our resistance to frenzy. In other words, the more arcane knowledge that we attain as we play through the game, the more susceptible our mind becomes to exploding from that content, that knowledge. Conversely, the lower our insight, as we noticed when the Mind Flayer grabbed us earlier in the game and sucked the insight out of our brain, the more susceptible to this state of beasthood we get. So, two opposing philosophies. Insight, learning more about the world around us, versus a reversion to beasthood from the use of blood only. Those are the two opposing philosophies at play, and that is the game mechanics that they are affected by, basically, or they make use of. In fact, at one point, we may find an item that refers to the state of beastly idiocy. literally saying that the aversion to gaining insight into the world around us is literally being an idiot. Or the state of beasthood is has a correlation to being an idiot, kind of. There's probably a better way to put that, but basically, if you're dumb, you'll become a beast, and if you know too much, you're going to become one of these bizarre creatures that we don't have a great explanation for at this point. So welcome into Byrgenwerth. Pull up a seat. What the hell is a pearl slug? Let's find out. It's actually chalice ritual material. And we may not have much chance to look at it because I hear someone coming down the steps. In fact, I think he is... Well, we might have a chance. Let's go outside, just to be safe. There is somebody walking around upstairs, and we don't want to give them any chance to attack us while we're reading. Alright. Pearl slug, material used in a holy chalice ritual. Of all the strange life forms that reside in the nooks and crannies of the old labyrinth, the slugs are clear signs of the left-behind great ones. So now we are starting to gain or obtain physical evidence, according to the game, that the Great Ones not only exist, but they're still here. The Great Ones potentially have come from the cosmos, or had come from the cosmos, to the planet. They may have been down in the labyrinth at one point, and at another point they may have left. And we're now finding slugs. Now, as we had noted in the past when we looked at the Madman's knowledge, that white swirly thing coming out of the top of his skull, and in fact, out of the skull of the Great One's wisdom item, look an awful lot like slugs. Could it be that these pearl slugs are a literal manifestation of what the acquisition of dangerous knowledge in this world can cause? We don't know for certain. All we know is that this is an actual creature that we can obtain and use in Holy Chalice rituals. But the similarity to these wispy, ethereal, slug-like energy emanations coming from the tops of these skulls is important to note. And we may even hear someone talking about something about that in a very near future episode. But we've got a little bit more to do to finish this one out. Including opening a door on this side. So now we can come back in this way if we wanted to. No real reason to do so. We just have the option. Options are nice. The shorter way would be on the right side here of the entrance to Byrgenwerth. And I mentioned that we heard some footsteps earlier. We're going to find him up here somewhere. There he is. We have a gentleman seemingly staring at an item in a chest. He seems very interested in whatever is in there. Let's see if we can get the drop on him. He's also carrying what looks a lot like a flame sprayer in one hand and a cane in the other hand. And some very interesting garb that we have not seen before. Get him. Bam! And take it up the keister. That did not do much damage. What the hell? So, humans, it appears, have actually started on their own opening portals to space. And in this case, they're drawing some weird tentacles from that space. This guy's not doing a great job of hitting me. But, oh god. Then he did that thing. So now we're starting to get an understanding of what kind of abilities these scholars of Byrgenwerth were capable of. This one is opening portals into space and using it to draw energy from it. Tentacles. All kinds of bizarre things. He's also not very good at hitting me. Unless he uses that one energy attack. No! No! Don't let him do me in like that! You jerk. Tried to poke me in the tummy. Come on. He's almost done. One hit. Just one damn hit. There we go. Oh, excuse me, her. And so goes the end of that Scholar of Byrgenwerth. And Byrgenwerth was sealed off and abandoned. So potentially that may have been one of the only remaining members of the school. Their ideas were considered insufficient to what we had been shown by some of the other splinter groups. So we picked up Sedative earlier, and I was in the middle of expounding on some ideas that we needed to talk about, but we hadn't looked at this particular item. Sedative, liquid medicine concocted at Byrgenwerth, calms the nerves. Those who delve into the arcane fall all too easily to madness, and thick human blood serves to calm the frayed nerves of these inquisitive minds. Naturally, this often leads to a reliance on blood ministration. So we know now that Byrgenwerth was focused on the acquisition of arcane knowledge, eldritch knowledge, you might even say, and that they understood that too much could possibly strain the mind to the point of what we see in-game as frenzy and possibly cause the individual who is trying to obtain that knowledge to have their body or their head literally explode. I need to adjust again, sorry. And they came up with a concoction that would allow them to soothe their mind to absorb more knowledge. Student uniform, student trousers. Let's take a look at these. Possibly even put them on. Depends on how good they are. It's not the worst equipment that I could put on, but it's certainly not the best. Uniform of the Students of Byrgenwerth, a bygone institute of learning. Features a thick cape. The Healing Church has its roots in Byrgenwerth and naturally borrows heavily from its uniform design. The focus not on knowledge or thought, but on pure pretension would surely bring Master Willem to despair, if only he knew. So basically they're saying, you're just trying to look like us, you're not trying to model your acquisition of knowledge or expanding your mind to perceive new thoughts. You're just trying to look like us, so he would have been kind of upset about it that we're going to put it on. Why not? I want to look sharp. Look at that guy. Still covered in blood on the face, but whatever. Uh-oh, we got a note here. What does the note say? The spider hides all manner of rituals, certain to reveal nothing, for true enlightenment need not be shared. So what they're saying is that there is somehow a spider that's hiding rituals that had been conducted, and he's not going to be able to reveal anything about those rituals himself because he was never offered true enlightenment. What it could also imply is that this spider, who they deem incapable of understanding the nature of rituals, possibly from experiments, is incapable of learning anything at all. Another book. What does this one say? When the red moon hangs low, the line between man and beast is blurred. And when the great ones descend, a womb will be blessed with child. So there is a direct correlation between the position of the moon and the state of the world around us, particularly people who may have been close to evolving or ascending or transforming into a beast. And also that the great ones, with this moon coming down close to the planet or hanging low in the sky, will bless a womb with a child. Now, we had seen an item, and let's see if I can find the right one. Was it one of these? Maybe. Oh, man. Oh, that's going to bum me out if I can't remember which one it is. But we had seen, and possibly it was a note, but there was a note or an item description that basically said that great ones are incapable of carrying children of their own or conceiving children of their own and long for a surrogate. So once the red moon hangs low, they're going to bless a womb with a child. We don't know whose womb. We just know it's a womb. So that could be very concerning. We picked up Lunarium Key. Key to the Lunarium facing the lake on the second floor of Byrgenwerth College. In his final years, Master Willem was fond of the lookout and the rocking chair that he kept there for meditation. In the end, it is said, he left his secret with the lake. So we've received tons of clues at this point telling us that there's a great body of water that's hiding a secret. We know that there is a spider that is being used to obscure rituals of some kind. And now we have a key to a balcony overlooking a lake. I wonder if we need to go in the lake. And I wonder if there is another beast up here. Let's go up there instead of letting him get the jump on us. What up, buddy? Let's do this! He tried to grab me. He missed. A couple times those grabs. Oh! Get it, son. What's in this chest? I have a feeling on a couple of occasions I have missed this chest for some reason, but maybe not. Let's take a look at that one. We're starting to find some really weird shit. Empty phantasm shell. Empty invertebrate shell that is said to be a familiar of a great one. The Healing Church has discovered a great variety of invertebrates, or phantasms as they are called. Shells with slime still harbor arcane power and can be rubbed on weapons to imbue them with their strength. So now we can add a buff to our weapon using this empty phantasm shell that causes arcane damage. Who does the arcane damage actually damage? I don't know for certain. But I don't think the character we're about to face next is one of those enemies. Let's go down the ladder. And I don't think there's anything else in here that we can find to give us any more lore. I think I found all the notes and books that we could find. We'll go downstairs and double check. Give it the old discount double check real quick. Nothing on the counters. Nope, nothing on this desk. See a chamber that's shut with a chain. Nothing in there, nothing there. You don't want to miss anything because this is maybe the most dense and important area in the entire game as far as what happens and explaining it. Damien of Mensis. Before we do that, let's get out onto the balcony. Well, would you look at that? That's Master Willem. Hey, Master Willem, where do you think I should go next? Oh, you want me to go out into the lake? Okay. Again, if they had not given you tons of hints telling you where to go, Master Willem literally just says, and points you to the edge of this balcony over top of the lake. And in fact, you can see a big bullseye right there in the center of it telling you where to go. See if anything, take a step forward. Yeah, no kidding, guys. So Master Willem here apparently had been doing a little experimenting of his own. He now has mushrooms growing out of the back of his neck. Now, believe it or not, you have the option of killing him here and obtaining, I believe, a rune from him. And let me see if this is going to be worth the effort of killing him, because I don't want to just do it and then end up finding out that it was kind of a cruel and worthless task. Okay, so that is a very important item that we're going to gain by giving this poor gentleman the end he probably needs all along, since all he is capable of doing at this point is sitting in a rocking chair facing the secret that he is trying to protect this whole time. I'm sorry, Master Willem, but it is your time to die. He's laughing as we do this. It almost feels dirty killing an old man like that, but I have a feeling we're going to find out that maybe he wasn't such a great person after all at some point. For killing him, we gain the Eye Rune. Eye Rune, a secret symbol left by Kareth, runesmith of Byrgenwerth. A transcription of Eye, as spoken by Left Behind Great Ones, allows one to make additional discoveries. Eyes symbolize the truth Master Willem sought in his research. Disillusioned by the limits of human intellect, Master Willem looked to beings from higher planes for guidance, and sought to line his brain with eyes in order to elevate his thoughts. So, we know that people were using eyes as ritual materials. We know that people were implanting eyes on the outside of their bodies, as indicated by the witch, and by these fly monsters that are running around wearing clothing, so they must have been human at some point. And now we have something that's literally telling us that Master Willem sought to line his brain with eyes in order to elevate his thoughts. So they had drawn a parallel between the expansion of your intellect, your mind's ability to perceive, and literally giving yourself eyes on the inside or insight. That's one of the most bizarre and gruesome things in the entire game. They are literally trying to implant eyeballs inside of your mind so that you have insight. This game can be very strange at times. All right, so we're here for a very specific task, and this will probably be the last thing we do for this episode, even though there's going to be something very important that happens when we fight it. Let's go ahead and summon Damien of Mensis. We've heard of Mensis. Mensis is themselves conducting some very strange things, and of course, those strange things involve rituals, so it's no surprise that the School of Mensis, who wants to conduct rituals, may be getting prevented from doing that, would send one of their scholars here to try to fix that. We know that the Byrgenwerth spider hides all manner of rituals, so if they're trying to conduct rituals, they want someone to help kill the spider. Let's go do that, shall we? Damien, you gonna join me? Tell me I didn't waste insight for you to come here and then do nothing. You jerk. Alright. Way! I landed on the ground. Sort of. And there is the quote-unquote spider of Byrgenwerth. And look at that. Covered in eyeballs. Not just the head, but if you look at the body, more eyes. Eyes, eyes, more eyes. Some kind of plant growing on its body. Tiny little legs. And you'll note that when we came down here, no interest in attacking us at all. This is not a ferocious beast. This thing probably doesn't even understand our existence. So let's wake him up to the reality of what's going on. Oop. So we got some spiders to take care of. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Get some health back. There's our buddy. Finally showed up. Thanks, Damien. Could have used you a couple minutes ago. Right in the face. Uh-oh. He's starting to do some bad things. Uh-oh. So, Rom the Vacuous Spider. Uh-oh. I'm dead. As they indicated in the notes in the school, Byrgenwerth may have, in fact, created Rom. Rom may not have been a creature that they just happened to find down in the labyrinth, because how would they know that it was preventing rituals if they themselves weren't seeking a means to stop rituals? Again, Byrgenwerth and the Healing Church and the School of Mensis don't share philosophies. They don't necessarily even share goals. The only thing they may have in common is they're all trying to evolve. And the ways that they're trying to do that are going to differ pretty greatly. No, you don't. You're not gonna get me, buddy. Okay, you want some? I'll give it to you. How's it feel, jackass? You get what you were looking for? No? Okay. I don't think the scholar comes back. Yeah, once you kill him, he's done. Let's see who this was. Henrik! Hey, Henrik helped us last time. Why not call him back again? Interesting that we keep getting to call Henrik back. Believe it or not, there is a lore-specific reason for why we can do this, which we will probably find out in a later episode. And by probably, I mean we're absolutely going to find it out. So the lightning, or the blue sparks damage that we were doing worked pretty good. Maybe not as good as we were hoping for, but let's get in there and get to work. Get rid of some of these oogie boogies. Ouch! Uh-oh, uh-oh. No, 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 no. Get away from the spider. I don't want to die. I don't want to die. Hey, Henrik, you think you can help out with some of these spiders, please? Smack him right on the face! Or not. There we go. Alright, so 219. Let's try this one and see what it does. Yeah, nowhere near as much. So the lightning is definitely a difference maker in this fight. And there's going to be a reason that we will explore at a later point for why that is the case. Boy, he is not letting me do much now. Gotta hit the body to do the damage. The head, not so much damage. Probably because he's vacuous, dull, not really a thinker, more of a doer. And by do, I mean exist. His purpose in life is to simply be, not to do anything great. Ow! Ow! Did it again. Hey, Henrik, you want to stop running in circles, please? Uh-oh. Ow! Crap. Whew. This is going to cost me a lot of blood vials. Alright, where's he going? There he is. As you can see, every time he respawns, he brings a fresh supply of spiders. And now he's shooting stuff at me. I'm gonna get hit. Oh! Alright, roll away, roll away. Let's get some blood. Get in on Rom. There you go, buddy. That's who we're after. We're not after any of the spiders. Spiders aren't our target. Oh, shit. Right under me. And right at me! Oh. By the skin of my teeth. Henrik's taking the charge and hitting him right now. I just needed to stay away and survive. Come on, Rom. Come on, Rom! Do it! I gotta get health. And so ends the life of Rom the Vacuous. And I think I see my blood echoes from before. Pick up item. Madman's knowledge. That may have been dropped by one of the spiders. Where is my blood? I want those blood echoes back, damn it. It's 26,000 blood echoes I'm not going to get back the easy way. I see it. It's right there. Let me get it before it triggers the cutscene. Yes! Alright. And I think we're at a great spot to stop. So, this is a cool shawl. Let's put on something that's going to be a little more fitting to the occasion. Top hat would be fancy. Look at that. Let's put on our fanciest set of clothing that we got. They have some nice clothes. Some really nice clothes. Foreign garb was very good. How about some good surgical gloves? We want to look good for this occasion. Look at that. Very fetching young lady. And what the hell is that? So when we were approaching Byrgenwerth, we had to fight the Shadows of Yharnam, who were servants to a queen. Say hello to the queen, who is going to give birth to the child of blood, as you recall. It looks like she may have already given birth. I think the red moon is hanging low, guys. And I hear the child. So things are about to get very, very weird. And I mean, the second we wake up. So remember that secret little chamber down by the high cathedral? And we walked in and some strange energy tried to scoop us up. Well, that wasn't just energy. That was, in fact, that thing. And now because we have ended the Bulwark that Rom the Vacuous represented at the behest of Byrgenwerth, we can now see what the hell is really going on in Yharnam. And if we go to the doorway as the game told us to before, that hand will scoop us right up and try to crush us. And it'll actually transport us to a place that we will want to go at a future time, but not now. Right now, we're going to go back to... actually, I think I have an item that can do that without us taking any damage. Let me double check, make sure that does what I think it does. No, it doesn't. Alright, so we don't want to do that. Awakening is not what we want to do. We want to go to sleep. Also want to shoot this guy in the tum-tum. Not like that. Come on. Come on. There you go. Take a seat, buddy. Your night's over. How about you? You want some? Ow, damn it. I went too early. Oh, get in there. Right in the tummy. And he's down. And hopefully both of these guys have some blood. But you got some blood? Yep, you do. Okay, enough. Enough. Put the blood vials away. Thank you. She's so obsessed with him, she's just staring at him. So I don't think anything's going to change here, but let's see how these two very happy-go-lucky sounding ladies are doing now. No response. Uh-oh. No response. So we've arrived at the point in the evening, and as you can see by the sky, it is getting very spooky now. Dark purple sky, the moon, big and red-ish. I think that's more of an orange shade, but whatever. Got a rim around it, seemingly. And something that maybe we need to talk about right now, because it's pretty important to what's going on in the storyline. And boy, if you didn't notice this when you were playing the game yourself, boy, are you going to kick yourself when you understand what's going on here. Let's go ahead and put on the monocular and take a closer look. So, last time I checked, and I will not profess to be any expert in astronomy or whatever, the study of the extraterrestrial stuff in the world and the universe. But last I checked, the moon is so far away from the planet that clouds would never be able to go behind a moon. How the hell are those clouds back there going behind the moon? You see some in front here, but you also see it going behind. You guys, I don't think that's actually the moon. Sorry, I just want to leave that one to hang for a couple minutes. Also, I was being cagey about this in the past, but the reason why... Poor Eileen. Oh man, something bad happened to her. Let's put on some serious garb because we gotta go fight. We got a showdown in the High Cathedral. I'm gonna put on my sharpest looking set. Now, in my opinion. Some people may not agree. And they're entitled to their opinions, but their opinions are wrong. Sorry, but I think this is the best looking outfit in the game. I just do. Come on, Eileen.
Oh. Is that you again? I'm afraid I've made a bit of a blunder. I'm just going to have a short rest. Though, don't worry. I've taken blood. Enough to save an old woman. No more dreams for me. This is my last chance. What a fool I am. I'll have to tread carefully. But that thing still lies in wait. Turn back. This is my score to settle.
Well, now, hey. We pick the right one. We'll replace that one. Now, you just wait a second. Let me go in there and take care of this beast. You did say it. Or a thing, I believe is what she said. She said there was a thing to go take care of, and she's outside the High Cathedral. So let's go see what's in the High Cathedral. Oh, that just looks like a hunter. A hunter with two very big hands from the looks of it. Alright, guy. You want to take down my best friend Eileen? You're going to pay. Ah, I went right under it. Damn. Didn't know that was even possible. Gee up! This is probably not a great way to fight. You don't want to... Holy crap! One shot! He shot me with one bullet and did that. I'm done. He killed me. Well, as much as I was concerned about the blood echoes that I was holding on to, I don't think I'm going to get them back, you guys. Although I think it is possible for you to run in there, grab them, and then leave. I probably should have left this fight for another time, but, you know, you see Eileen down there, and it's like, I don't want to leave her by herself. She probably won't survive. We're just going to go ahead and bulldoze to a good stopping point, because we're working real hard, and we just went to the wrong place. I don't think there is a hunter lantern here. I meant to go the other way. But you also notice that we just ended up back in Yahargul, the Unseen Village, where some rituals were going to be conducted, ostensibly. We will come back to this area another time. Maybe the next episode? Who knows? What I really want to do is I really want to call it a day. This episode's been long enough. And you can hear him still trying to scoop me up with his hand. Again, I wasn't joking when I said he was the one doing that. Which, by the way, also means that when we get back to Eden Chapel, we're going to find that there may have been another one of those guys there. They really want to shoot me. Alright, well, with any luck, when we get up here, we'll see that Eileen is still alive and kicking. That her failure to take down the hunter that she was after did not result in her immediate death. You never know. He seemed perfectly content to just hang out in the High Cathedral. I don't think that's going to be the case. I think she's still there and still hanging out. Yep. Well, let's talk to her real quick.
My prey lies in wait this way. Turn back. This is my score to settle.
Eileen, I don't want to leave you hanging, but also, this guy hits really hard. I'm going to see if I can get my blood echoes and then run. And if not, we're just going to leave him there and say, you know what? I tried my best, but my best wasn't good enough. So, I don't think the chamber closes if you come in here. Forget it! I don't want any! I'm a coward! Is he following? He sure is. Don't come any further! Eileen will get real mad if you come out here, guy. Okay, he turned. Yeah. They give you a chance. That's alright. All I need is the chance to get back to Eden, which will itself have some interesting developments since the last time we were there. But would you look at that? That there is another one of those beasts. So, everyone's still here, still kicking. But, uh-oh. Poor Ariana doesn't look like she's doing too well. We'll have to check in with her when we come back in the next episode, because I really want to wrap this up. This is a very long episode. Oh, boy. Oh, Lord. Oh. So, some things have changed since we were here last. The music in the background has altered a little bit. The sky, going on and on into the distance, has gone from just a pale white color to now we see clouds, maybe even a little bit of a horizon, which kind of looks like water. We can see these pillars a little more clearly. I don't know if we ever had a real hard time seeing them before, but we can take a closer look. And as we had mentioned before, if that is in fact our moon, how are there clouds going behind the moon? That's not how clouds work. So I have some serious issues with what that moon is actually doing. The discovery and defeat of Rom, while it does introduce some very interesting and horrifying new events and implications for the storyline, is critical. You have to do that in order to advance the game. And of course, the changes ripple throughout the entire game world, including the Hunter's Dream, where things have started to progress maybe in a not as positive manner. I don't know if these trees were fully leaved when we started, but you can see the leaves now are all starting to fall off the trees, as though something has changed. So let's go ahead and do some quick checking in with the shops. See if there's anything we need to get. Maybe not. Any new weapons? No. New clothes? No. Let's go up here. How about you guys? Got anything cool? We can now buy twin Bloodstone shards if we want those. We might have already had the ability to do so, but They're just a tiny bit more expensive than the single Bloodstone shards. Nothing new there. I don't know if we gained any new gems going through that area. We got maybe 1 or 2 runes, but I don't think any of those were terribly important to our build, outside of the story that they provided. Let's go ahead and upgrade our character.
Welcome home, good hunt. What is it you desire?
You know, some stuff has changed. Have you got anything new to say?
Good hunter, your presence somehow soothes. I sense the ancient echoes. They course your veins.
So now she's indicating that she can sense something from the past coursing in our veins. No idea what that means. Let's see if she says anything else.
Good hunter.
Nope,
I
nothing else. All right, let's go ahead and
Well.
upgrade our character and call it a day.
Echo let me stand.
Yes, yes, yes. I think we'll stop at 15 for this for now. I don't know if there's any more benefit we're going to be able to get out of it. Strength, and I think we can do 2 more. So we'll do vitality and stamina. They're all good ones to put points in. Arcane will leave for now.
Farewell, good hunter. May you find your...
Okay. So let's wrap this all up. Oh boy, did we see a lot of stuff in this episode. And start to get a fuller picture of what's going on. So, we made our way back into the Forbidden Woods. We went through a whole lot of dens of snakes or vipers. And eventually we made our way all the way down to the bottom of the area where we found more of those alien-like blue creatures. One of them, or 2 of them actually, had some antennae that they had sprouted. And they were sending what sounded an awful lot like radio signals out with those antennae. And using them, they managed to open portals, which looked an awful lot like they were opening portals to space and bringing something back from the other side of wherever in the cosmos that they were opening portals to. We found a lot of runes that were telling us very explicitly that we needed to find a large body of water because there was a bulwark against rituals and forbidden knowledge, and that we needed to overcome the hindrance to seek what was ours. We also found a rune or 2 about metamorphosis, which indicated that the use of blood in this world is also directly tied to the idea of evolution, and that the use of blood, no matter what unfortunate side effects it was having, was important to the idea of evolving beyond our current state. Let's see if we can look that up again just to spell it out better. The discovery of blood made their dream of evolution a reality. Metamorphosis and the excesses and deviation that followed were only the beginning. So they didn't see metamorphosis as an unfortunate side effect. They just saw it as part of the process of getting where they want to be. We went into the boss arena just outside of Byrgenwerth and fought the Shadows of Yharnam. One of them dropped a rune, the Blood Rapture rune, which indicated that they were in fact servants of the Queen, carrier of the Child of Blood, who yearn for the Queen's blood, blah, 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 blah. The important part there is that they were servants of a queen, that the queen was carrying a child. And more importantly, as we had found in notes in the area Yahar'gul, there were rituals that required a newborn to be completed. And, well, also, there were great ones who yearn for a surrogate because they themselves cannot conceive children. So we have a queen who is carrying a child, great ones who are looking for surrogates, and a group that is conducting rituals that require a child. We went into Byrgenwerth and made the discovery that they had been experimenting using eyes And in fact, their ideas on evolution involve increasing the number of eyes they have inside of them, or their insight, as bizarre as that sounds, which is opposed to the Healing Church, who believes in evolution by the use of blood. We made our way up to the balcony overlooking a big lake, and as the game has been telling us repeatedly, we need to go into the water. So we did just that. Also, before we did that, we ended up killing Master Willem and finding the eye rune, which indicated very clearly that this was the result of great ones that had already departed from this planet. And very explicitly, this rune spells out that Master Willem believed that the expansion of one's intellect and the discovery of higher planes of existence relied on the use of eyes being lined on the inside of their brain. And it spells it out right there. We even see creatures in the game that are just covered in eyeballs now, because they apparently thought the key was more eyes. You want to expand your mind to a higher plane, you need more eyes. We jumped into the lake, and we found the secret that Byrgenwerth had concocted to prevent the rituals that were being conducted by not only the Healing Church, but also Byrgenwerth. It was a spider that was described as vacuous because potentially Byrgenwerth created this creature, and they created it knowing that they did not want it to possess any particular knowledge, so they kind of withheld it, potentially. Or it's possible they created the creature, tried to communicate with it, and found that it just lacked the ability to comprehend what they were saying. It knows how to defend itself. That's about the basic level of what it was capable of, and that was it. We killed the spider, and as soon as we did, we saw two very important things happen. Number one, we saw a woman who, her lower abdomen, where a woman's womb would be, was covered in blood. And we know that the Shadows of Yharnam are the personal servants for the queen, so one should safely conclude that that was in fact the queen. The queen of what? We don't know yet. But it seems that she was carrying a child, and that child has been taken from her because she was crying. We also observed the moon seemingly growing in size and approaching us, which is strange because moons don't tend to just magically approach the planet with that kind of speed without crashing into them. And we passed out, and we woke up to a very different Yharnam. Yharnam is now loaded with these massive, bizarre-looking creatures with multiple limbs, seemingly the source of that cosmic energy that scooped us up at one point in the game. And unfortunately, we also ran into Eileen, who is not doing so great. She apparently went after a hunter that was beyond her capability, and she indicated to us that she can no longer dream. So potentially, she was once a part of the hunter's dream as well, and she managed to get out. We don't know how. We just know that she can no longer return to the dream to revive and try to fight this hunter that she was facing off against anymore. So unfortunately, we may have to go in and do the dirty work for her to save her one last time. But we'll save that for another episode, because this has been an extremely long but very important episode of Nub's lore play for Bloodborne. This was episode 7. As always, I do appreciate all of you watching these episodes, even if they become ridiculously long at times. But I will see you next time.